Welcome to Fazza Poetry World, where hearts turn into poetry. I need you to listen to me, not just with your ears, but with the quiet place inside your chest where dreams live. Because what I'm about to say is not just another poem. It's a feeling that has been growing inside me for a long time, slowly, softly, like dawn before the sun fully rises. I cannot wait for the day I finally meet you. Not in imagination. Not in dreams. Not in the silent conversations I have with you when the world is asleep. But in real life, where your presence replaces every fantasy I've ever held onto. You don't understand what this wait has been like. It's not just waiting, it's living in between moments. It's smiling at nothing because I thought of you. It's staring at the ceiling at night, wondering what your voice will sound like when it's right in front of me, not behind a screen, not carried by distance, but real. So real that I can feel it. Every night, before I sleep, I see you. Not clearly, not perfectly, but enough to make my heart believe that you exist somewhere out there, breathing the same air, walking under the same sky, maybe even thinking about me without knowing it. And that thought, it changes everything. Because this is not just a meeting. This is the moment where two worlds finally stop being separate. I imagine your smile, and I swear, it feels brighter than the sun. Not because of how it looks, but because of what it will do to me. Because when I see it for the first time, something inside me will finally settle, like a storm that has been waiting for peace. And our first conversation, I've replayed it 1,000 times in my head. Sometimes we laugh immediately. Sometimes we're shy. Sometimes there's silence, but even that silence feels full, not empty. Because when it's you, even quiet moments will have meaning. There's a strange mix of emotions in me. Hope, excitement, a little fear too. Yes, fear. Not because I doubt you, but because I know this moment will matter. And when something matters this much, your heart becomes careful, sensitive, aware of every little detail. But deep down, beyond all of that, there is one truth I cannot ignore. This meeting will be special. Not perfect, not like a movie, but real. And sometimes, real is even more beautiful than perfection. I can't wait to see you standing there. To finally close the distance that has stretched between us for so long. To look into your eyes and realize, this is it. This is the person my heart has been quietly preparing for. Do you know what scares me the most? That the moment might feel too short. That after waiting for so long, time will suddenly move too fast. That I'll want to pause everything, just to stay in that first moment a little longer. Because some moments are not meant to be rushed. They are meant to be felt, deeply, completely. I think about our future like it's a blank page. Not empty, but full of possibility. Every laugh we haven't shared yet, every place we haven't walked together, every late night conversation that hasn't happened, it's all waiting for us. And that excites me more than anything. I wonder what we'll do first. Will we talk endlessly? Will we just look at each other and smile without saying much? Will we be nervous, or strangely comfortable? Maybe all of it at once. And honestly, that's the beauty of it. Because with you, I don't need everything to be planned. I just need it to be real. I dream about simple things. Walking side by side. Talking about nothing and everything at the same time. Laughing at moments that don't make sense to anyone else. Holding on to memories that only we will understand. These are the things that matter. Not grand gestures, not perfect words, but real connection. I imagine nights where we talk for hours, not because we have to, but because we don't want the moment to end. Where silence feels safe, where even doing nothing together feels like something special. And in all these dreams, there's one thing that never changes. You feel right. Like something my heart has been searching for without even knowing it. There's something about you, something I can't fully explain. It's not just attraction. It's not just curiosity. It's deeper than that. It feels like recognition. Like my soul looked at yours from a distance and said, "There you are. I've been waiting for you." And maybe that sounds crazy. But some feelings are not meant to be logical. They are meant to be felt. I am grateful for this chance. Out of all the people in this world, all the paths that could have crossed, somehow, we found each other. And now we stand on the edge of a moment that could change everything. Do you realize how rare that is, how beautiful that is? So here I am, waiting. Not impatiently, but with a heart full of quiet excitement. Counting moments, not because I'm tired of waiting, but because I know what's coming is worth every second. The day we meet is getting closer. I can feel it. There's a kind of magic in the air, like the world itself is preparing for something meaningful. Like everything we've been through individually has been leading us to this exact point. And when it happens, when our eyes finally meet, when distance becomes nothing, when imagination turns into reality, I know one thing for sure. It will be the beginning of something unforgettable. Not just a meeting, but a story. Our story. A story written in real moments, real emotions, real connection. A story where we walk together, grow together, learn each other, understand each other. A story where laughter echoes louder than fear, where presence matters more than words, where love is not rushed, but built, slowly, beautifully. And I promise you this. When that day comes, I won't just see you. I will feel you. And in that moment, everything will make sense. Because some meetings are not accidents. They are meant to happen. And maybe, just maybe, ours is one of them. And now, we continue. Because what I felt before was only the beginning. The surface of something much deeper, something that keeps growing inside me every time I imagine the day we finally meet. Part 2 starts not with excitement alone, but with understanding. Understanding that this is not just about meeting someone, it is about meeting a feeling I have carried for so long that it has become a part of me. I often wonder what happens in the final days before we meet. Do you feel it too, that strange silence before something important arrives, where even ordinary moments feel different, where your heart starts noticing small things more deeply, where time feels like it is moving both fast and slow at the same time? Because I feel it. Every second now feels meaningful. Every thought comes back to you. Not in a way that disturbs me, but in a way that completes something inside me that I didn't even realize was incomplete. There is a softness in this waiting now. Earlier it was excitement, now it is patience mixed with peace. Because I am not just waiting anymore, I am preparing. Preparing my heart for the moment it finally sees you in reality. Not as imagination. Not as hope. But as truth. And truth feels different. Truth is heavier, yet more beautiful. I imagine the moment we see each other for the first time. There is no background music in real life, but in my mind, everything slows down. The world becomes quiet. People fade into distance. And all that remains is you, standing there, real, breathing, existing in the same space as me for the first time. And I know something will happen inside me in that moment. Not loud. Not dramatic. But deep. Like something that has been waiting for years finally finding its place. I will look at you, and maybe I won't speak immediately. Not because I have nothing to say, but because some emotions don't come out as words at first. They come out as silence, as a stare, as a breath that feels heavier than usual. And then slowly, reality will begin to settle. We are here. Finally. After all the imagining, all the waiting, all the distance, we are here. I think about what your voice will feel like when I hear it directly. Not through memory. Not through thought. But in real time. There is something magical about hearing a voice that once lived only in your imagination. It feels like a bridge being completed between two distant worlds. And I wonder, will I recognize peace in your voice? Will I feel comfort in your words? Will everything I ever imagined suddenly feel smaller compared to the reality of you standing there? Maybe yes. Maybe more than yes. Because reality always carries more weight than dreams. And yet, I am not afraid of that weight. I am ready for it. Because I have waited not just with time, but with heart. There is something I need to tell you about this connection I feel. It is not loud. It does not demand attention. It does not rush or force itself. It simply exists, quietly, deeply, steadily, like something that knows its direction even when everything else feels uncertain. And that is what makes it powerful. Because anything that survives distance, silence, and imagination, it is not ordinary. It is something rare. Something real in its own way. I think about the moment we will start talking without hesitation. When nervousness slowly fades. When silence no longer feels awkward. When we realize that being together is not about perfect words, but about comfort. About ease. About simply existing in each other's presence without needing to explain everything. And maybe that is the most beautiful part. Not the meeting itself, but what comes after. The understanding that grows quietly between conversations. The laughter that appears naturally. The way time starts behaving differently when you are with someone who matters. I imagine us walking somewhere simple. Not somewhere extraordinary. Because the place does not matter. What matters is the presence. Two people walking side by side, slowly discovering what it feels like to turn imagination into reality. And in those moments, I think I will realize something very clearly. You were never just a thought. You were always meant to be an experience. Something lived, not just imagined. And as time moves forward, I know something will begin to change. Not between us, but within me. Because meeting you will not only be about seeing you, it will be about understanding everything I felt before I met you. All those nights of thinking, all those silent conversations, all those imagined smiles, they will all find meaning in that one reality. And maybe I will smile without even realizing why. Because some feelings don't need explanation anymore. They just need presence. Yours. And mine. Together. There is a calmness growing inside me now when I think about you. Not anxiety. Not impatience. But calmness. Because I feel like I am approaching something that was always meant to happen. Like life itself has been slowly guiding both of us toward this moment without making noise about it. And when it finally happens, when we finally stand in front of each other, I know I will understand something very important. That waiting was not empty time. It was preparation. Preparation for a connection that feels less like an event, and more like destiny quietly unfolding. So I wait now, not with chaos in my heart, but with certainty. Because some meetings are not just planned by time. They are written somewhere deeper. And when they arrive, they don't feel new. They feel familiar. Like you have already known them, just in a different form. And maybe, that is exactly what you are to me. Not a beginning, but a continuation of something my heart already understood long before we ever met.